Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we are really getting into a critical piece of analysis for anyone in digital marketing.
We are. We're looking at an article from Stephen Boehringer called Why Your Google Traffic Dropped in 2025.
And our mission for this deep dive is, well, it's pretty urgent. We need to understand a phenomenon that, frankly, was unthinkable just a few years ago.
It's this bizarre situation where businesses have stable search rankings, their SEO is perfectly clean, and yet their organic traffic is just vanishing.
It's like a magic trick, but a bad one. Yeah. And the source is clear. This isn't magic. It's a massive industry-wide replatforming. Stephen Boehringer calls it a seismic shift.
A seismic shift. I like
Right.
that. The traffic isn't really vanishing. It's being intercepted.
Intercepted. Right.
Yeah. And the big takeaway right up front is that new AI features from Google, we're talking AI overviews in the new AI mode, they're answering questions directly on the search results page.
The assessor page.
Right, in the seeker.
So you still get the impression your link was technically seen, but the user never actually clicks. They get their answer and they're gone.
Exactly. So we're seeing this huge structural drop in organic sessions and, of course, in click-through rates.
And this is where that famous analogy comes into play.
Yeah.
The one from Who Moved My Cheese.
It is terrifyingly relevant right now. For, 2 decades, Google was the cheese station. It was the one reliable place everyone went to find customers.
And now that cheese is moving.
And it's moving fast. So the choice for business owners, for marketers is, are you going to be like the mice sniff and scurry who adapt immediately and go find the new cheese?
Or are you going to be hem and ha, the little people who
Yeah.
just sit there in denial, hoping the old cheese station magically refills itself?
The message is pretty blunt. The days of just passively relying on your old SEO playbook, they're over. And to really get the threat, we have to look at the AI timeline.
Right. Not just as a list of dates, but as a story.
Yeah.
A story of complacency versus just incredibly rapid disruption.
So let's unpack it. Google wasn't totally asleep. They've been playing with machine learning for a long time.
Oh, yeah. Think way back. 2001, spelling corrections. That was early AI. Or 2006 with Google Translate.
That was their first real use of machine learning at scale. Then in 2015, they took a huge step with RankBrain, which was all about interpreting user intent.
And not just keywords, but what you mean.
Exactly. And by 2019, we had BERT, which was a massive leap for natural language processing. So they were definitely playing the long game, slowly improving things.
And since they had a monopoly, everyone just assumed they would lead the charge into the new AI era.
But that is not what happened.
No.
The disruption was this external surprise attack. Because back in 2015, the same year as RankBrain, OpenAI was founded.
And then, November 30th, 2022,
Yeah.
ChatGPT 1.0 launches.
And its rise was, the source calls it meteoric. It caught Google completely flat-footed. They were busy refining their engine while this whole new technology, the foundational LLM, was suddenly in everyone's hands.
So Google was immediately on the back foot playing defense.
Totally reactive. They scrambled and launched Bard in March 2023. Then came Gemini in December 2023, their big rebrand.
And Gemini is powerful, it's multimodal, it handles text, voice, images.
It is. But the perception was that this wasn't proactive innovation from a market leader. This was a desperate catch-up move to save their core business.
And now the field is just crowded. It's not just Google and Bing anymore. You have Perplexity, Microsoft's Copilot, Apple Intelligence.
Even the billionaires are in on it. Grok from Xi, Claude from Amazon. The cheese isn't just moving to one new station, it's fragmenting.
Which brings us to what the source calls the double whammy of traffic loss.
And this is where the numbers get pretty sobering.
Let's start with market share. In the U.S., Google's dominance peaked at 93.37%. That was back in February 2023.
Now, fast forward to October 2025, when the article was published. That number has dropped to 85.67%.
That's a 7.7% drop.
We have to pause on that. A 7.7% loss in less than 3 years. To put that in context, that is the same amount of market share it took Google an entire decade to gain in the first place.
So they basically hit rewind on 10 years of growth in just under the coming 6 months.
That is whammy number one. The user base itself is shrinking.
And whammy number two.
The loss of clicks within that shrinking user base, all driven by the AI overview or AIO. That's the summary box at the top of the results.
The one that gives you the answer right away.
Right. And when an AIO shows up, the average traffic loss is 21%. Some people are even calculating losses as high as 39% for certain pages.
Let's walk through the math on that combined effect, because it's brutal. The source gives a hypothetical. A website gets 1,000 visitors a month.
Okay.
You take the market share loss, then you add the 21% click loss from AIOs. That site, even if it stays ranked number one, could see its traffic drop by 13.9%.
That's 139 visitors just gone every single month.
It's a hidden tax. Revenue you used to get that Google is now keeping by just answering the question for you.
And the real-world studies are even more dramatic. One study looked at 300,000 keywords, the #1 ranking page. Its click-through rate dropped by 34.5% if an AIO was there.
A third of your clicks gone after you did all the work to get to number one.
And another study of 700,000 keywords found that when an AIO appeared with a featured snippet, which already took clicks, the CTR just plummeted by 37%.
That is almost a 40% loss. That's the sound of hem and haw looking at the empty cheese shelf and saying, it's not so bad.
It is that bad. And user behavior proves it. Pew Research found that when people saw an AI overview, they only clicked a traditional link 8% of the time.
And without an AIO.
They clicked almost twice as often at 15%. But here's the real kicker for me.
Go on.
Users who saw an AI summary were way more likely to just end their entire browsing session right there. 26% of them did versus only 16% without the AIO.
So the AI isn't just stealing your click. It's replacing the whole need to browse at all.
The journey ends on the SRP, which brings us to the next big point. The difference between an AI overview and the newer, scarier AI mode.
They're not the same thing.
Not at all. AI overviews, the AIOs, are built for speed. They give you a quick summary, they draw from a few sources, and they usually include links back to those sources.
Just the gist. Fast.
Right. But AI mode, which launched in the US in June of 2025, is a completely different animal. It's powered by that custom Gemini model, and it's built for complexity.
So what does that mean in practice?
It means AI mode can handle multi-part questions, it can reason, you can have a conversation with it. But the fundamental shift is this, and the source puts it perfectly. When a user selects AI mode, they essentially leave the Google search engine altogether and move into the world of Gemini.
Wait, I need to process that. So if I'm in AI mode, I'm not really searching anymore.
That's the implication. You're outsourcing the search to an assistant. You're not the searcher. You're the manager who gets a final synthesized report.
And you might never see a blue link again.
You might never see one. The AI does the browsing for you.
Okay, so now we have to talk to the hem and haw crowd again. The people who say, this is all just hype.
The pushback is predictable, right? Google will recover, or social media didn't kill Google.
And the source refutes that pretty strongly.
Very strongly. Because this shift is functionally different. When Facebook and Twitter blew up, they were destination competitors. They stole your time and attention, sure, but they never actually dented Google's search market share.
Google's share just kept growing through all that.
Exactly. But AI is a functional replacement for search. It removes the need for the search results page in many cases. You can't recover from a 7.7% market share loss if the very thing you do is becoming obsolete.
The time for hesitation is over then.
It is. The law of diffusion of innovation says early adopters pay a higher price, sure, but they're the ones who find the new cheese first.
So what does this mean for content strategy? If we can't just rank number one anymore, how do we win back the click in this shrinking market?
Well, first we have to accept the current situation. Traditional search is smaller. 85% market share is still huge. That's 3.75 billion users a day. But it's shrinking.
And the AI engines, like ChatGPT, are growing like crazy 800 million users a day, but they're not big enough to replace Google yet.
So in the short term, it means we're all fighting much harder for a smaller piece of the pie.
Which means our content has to be what you'd call AI resistant.
Precisely. We have to create things that an AI can't just summarize in a paragraph. We're talking unique proprietary data.
Things only you have.
Right. Or tools and calculators that require interaction. Or incredibly detailed, unique step-by-step guides. Or just a really strong human point of view that has to be read, not summarized.
But hold on, is that really new? I mean, focusing on unique data and long-tail queries, that's kind of old-school SEO wisdom.
That's a fair point. The difference now is the intensity and the reason why we're doing it. Before, it was to please a crawler. Now, it's about giving the LLM machine-readable certainty.
Oh, okay.
If your data is unique and highly structured, the LLM is forced to cite you as the source. Or even better, the user has to click through to actually use your tool or see your data visualization.
So part two of adapting is optimizing for the AI to make sure we get cited in those AIOs.
Absolutely. Structure is everything now. Tight Q&A sections, super clear headings, and aggressive use of schemas FAQ, how-to, product organization. You're basically defining the content's boundaries for the machine.
And reinforcing EEAT signals. Experience, expertise, authoritativeness, trustworthiness.
You have to prove to the AI that you are the definitive source so it can't ignore you.
And beyond content, the source says we need to rebalance and diversify.
Massively. If top-of-funnel informational queries are getting eaten by AI, you have to shift your focus to the bottom of the funnel.
Search with intent.
Exactly. Comparison pages, alternatives to pages, pricing, near-me searches, the stuff where a user is ready to buy. The AI isn't going to buy your product for them. A human has to do that.
And you have to diversify away from Google entirely.
It's mandatory now. You can't have all your eggs in that one basket.
Yeah.
That means newsletters, partnerships, social media, video, PR. You need traffic streams that Google can't touch.
So at the end of the day, it's a simple choice. The source presents it as two doors.
Door number 1. Do nothing. Be hem and haw. Wait and see. The pro is you save a little money now. The con is you risk being left in the dust by every single competitor.
And door number 2.
Add AI marketing to your strategy right now. Be sniff and scurry. The pro is you get a huge head start. The con is, well, it costs more because you still have to maintain your old SEO while building the new strategy.
And the prediction is that AI-based results will surpass regular SEO within 3 years. And the next thing coming is Project Mariner.
Where the AI searches for the user with no human input at all.
So the cheese station is done. It's finished. The only path forward is adaptation.
It is.
Which leaves you with a final, really provocative thought. If AI is going to start searching on behalf of people, if your customer is about to become an AI assistant,
Yeah.
what are you doing right now to make sure that assistant finds you?
Your whole business might depend on that answer.
A serious challenge to think about. This deep dive was based on the essential work of Stephen Boehringer, who is the CEO of Get the Clicks. If you are dealing with this exact problem of vanishing traffic and need real, data-driven solutions to get consistent leads and ROI, you can check out their digital marketing services.